Zach, it looks like you have a lot of cool items. Shinra solder and Shinra ceramic and Shinra treads and Shinra lunch cart specs, huh?
And
If we use these materials, we could make another wagon, I think.
wow.
It doesn't look like a wagon.
It's got a
Zach?
license plate and everything.
So cool. Looks like I've got some hidden talent. Now, let's take it out and sell some flowers.
I love the Aerith theme.
Yeah, it's looking really cute.
You think people will buy?
What is this? I've never seen this type before. Is it the latest Shinra weapon?
No! Can't you tell? It's a flower wagon.
No.
Would you like some flowers?
No.
What are you staring at?
I'll give you 10,000 gil for this. I may be able to convert it into a powerful weapon.
Forget it! This wagon, I made it for Aerith, with my very own hands.
10,000 gil.
Huh? What? Aerith, are you? Hey, pal, if you're not buying, then scram.
Alright, see ya.
This is the reported area. The weapon is here, preparing to engage.
I keep telling you, it's just a flower wagon!
It's just a flower wagon. Yeah, that was incredible. That must be in the original, because the original still has the scene where she's like dissing the wagon, so. Plus that dialogue was too goofy not to be in the original. It's the Gungaga weapon. How's it going, Sora? So yeah, I have a save here now, so now I just kind of have to decide. I'll do the end of the game for the sake of the Let's Play, and then I have to decide, like, do I want to do the whole post-game on normal? Do I want to, like, play through the game on hard and then do the post-game? Do I want to do the trophies during the Let's Play? Like, what the plan is going to be, so. But first things first. Let's finish this bad boy up. Ship to mine. Thank you so much for the 25 months.
Will you wait for him here?
Oh wait, let me save now that I did the goofy flower cart. Yeah, I want to finish the story before I get too ridiculously overpowered.
Will you wait for him here?
Which, I mean, I already am, but...
Thanks for everything. I'll be back in Midgar before you know it. I'll see you around.
Yeah. See ya.
What's up?
I'm having a little trouble rounding up the group.
We're in a hurry. Let's move it.
Sir,
Cloud? Together again, huh? All right.
Thanks. Hold on. I'll get everyone.
Cloud with the goofy run. He's not the protagonist yet.
By the way, where are we going?
To Nibelheim.
I like Cloud's little, like... He did a little, like, shake there. Like Nibelheim.
So,
Ooh.
how does it feel
Iconic.
to be home after all this time?
Iconic moment.
I have no hometown. I wouldn't know.
What about family?
My mother's name is Jenova. She died shortly after I was born. My father... Why am I talking about this? Come on, let's go.
Yeah, we'll be doing the platinum. I just have to decide if I want to do the
Sephiroth's
platinum
mother's name is
during the Let's Play or not.
Jenova?
Depends on how grindy it is. Yeah, I really like the camera there, where it's like the same exact camera angle. It's cool. After exhaustive engineering by the Arms Development Department, prototypes of the next generation of weapons are feature complete and being tested in the slums. Once mass production becomes feasible, it would enable us to lower human resource costs by drastically cutting down on the number of personnel. With high expectations for these new weapons, we announced the following changes to the budget. Security Department, down by 3 billion gil. Arms Department, up by 3 billion gil. I'm sure that won't cause any problems later. Wow, guys. Attack up plus attack up gives us attack up plus. I never would have guessed.
Are you one of the soldier people?
Yeah, this is really weird. So, like, I mean, this is just the PSP game, but they put in some of the remake assets. But in a way, this is kind of exactly what we can expect from Part 2, just with Cloud instead of Sephiroth. Because we're going to get this same exact scene, but as told by Cloud. So, like, it's kind of interesting. But since it's Part 2, I mean, I don't know how much they're going to reuse the assets for Part 2. They might redo a lot of stuff because now it's going to be like a straight PS5 game. But it'll be interesting to see, like, because this is almost exactly what we can expect to see during the flashback scene. Maybe because of that, they'll try to switch up the flashback scene a lot more, so it's not as similar. There she is, Cowgirl Tifa.
Zack, a soldier. First class, mind you.
She looks odd. I mean, that is pretty much what she looked like in the PSP version, but...
Are there a lot of you? First classes?
We're a select few.
Only 2 of you this time?
Yeah, me and Sephiroth.
Uh-huh.
Well,
doing her best Ash impression.
That was odd.
doing a bunch of
You guys came to investigate this town, right? There's a lot of strange things you can find in this town. We like to call them the town's seven wonders.
I forgot about
Are
this.
you guys interested at all?
I forgot about the 7 Wonders quest.
If you're interested, look into it. Are they actually wonders? Or are they hoaxes?
I actually like this quest a lot, but it's
The first wonder is,
something.
lately, the town's drinking water has sometimes been coming out red. Could it be blood? Ooh, scary. That can't be right. Can it?
Wait, she ran through the tower? I missed that.
If you learn the truth about this wonder, please tell me.
Should I?
There's a red materia here. Did the color seep out of it? Is that even possible?
No, it's not. Why the heck would Shinra send Sephiroth to this reactor, the town that has all the information of his birth? Yes. I don't think there's any actual answer for that. My guess is that they tried to explain it away, they'd probably say, like, this was the worst outbreak, so they sent the strongest soldier. But, yeah, other than that, I don't think there's an actual answer. Just because plot.
Huh? A materia in the water supply? Aw, that's not very exciting. Oh, well. But listen.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's no one, like, in charge. Like, the president is the only one in charge. And Sephiroth, he does have that part where he looks at Cloud, or looks at Zack, and he's like, we're going to Nibelheim. So it's probably his choice. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. And said, like, he either forced his way into going to Nibelheim, or he just offered to go to Nibelheim. You know? And they just accepted it. Alright, hold on. Let me see this. I gotta see this Tifa going through the tower. I missed that. Oh god. Oh god. What did they do? This is part of a cutscene too. How'd they screw this up? Wait a second. How did they do this? Sorry for the double chat. Here, hold on, I'll do this. Here we go. Look at this. You can see her inside the tower. Just goes right through. I mean, like, maybe she's behind it. But that's a stretch. I mean, there's no way she made it all the way over there. No, she 100% went through it. Come on, man.
This next wonder has to be real. I'm getting goosebumps all over just thinking about it. Before I tell you. Well, can you go take a look? Second floor of the inn. Hanging on the wall opposite the bed.
I like this one. Also, I forget, can we go? I think we have to talk to Sephiroth first.
We depart for the reactor at dawn. Retire early today. We only need one on watch. Get some rest, men. Ah, that's right. Go visit friends and family, if you wish.
Nibelheim. Huh. Why is your helmet still on?
No reason.
It's personal.
What a weirdo.
I heard that the hero Sephiroth was coming, so I've been waiting here all day with my camera. I want to take a picture of Sephiroth fighting a monster.
Take a picture of me then.
I have no interest in taking pictures of minor figures.
Wow. Okay, I don't think you can go anywhere else.
We welcome the Shinra army.
And that was a lie. Also, forget if, no, maybe not.
It's a sad painting. And also kind of eerie.
Spooky. Where's the Getty Images watermark? We know it's Cloud. Like, we're friends with Cloud. We knew he came on the mission.
We welcome.
Did you see it? It's cute, but also kind of eerie, don't you think? So the second wonder is...
The only reason he has his helmet on is because he's hiding from Tifa. Otherwise, he'd have it off.
that girl sometimes leaves the painting and wanders around in our world. Ooh, scary. Way too scary.
I love this kid. He totally sells it as like a creepypasta story between kids. The way he talks about it.
Any progress
Too
yet? So
scary.
the second that... Ooh.
How's it going, Kyubi? She's gone.
Huh? It's true. The girl vanished. Huh? It's true.
Where'd she go?
Good day, sir. Welcome.
Did you know you have a haunted establishment? Pokemon Ghost Girl. I like this one. It actually is kind of spooky. It gives me that, like, especially doing it on PSP, it gives you that old, like, Game Boy Pokemon creepypasta feel.
Any progress yet on...
Just need some Lavender Town music. Someone better burn this place down before it escapes. Too soon.
This girl.
No comment on the fact that she disappeared?
Oh, I am busted. You've discovered my secret.
Get wrecked.
This is very embarrassing, but I keep a nest egg that my wife doesn't know about. I hide it behind the painting and such.
Alright, so you keep a nest egg. But that doesn't explain the girl vanishing from the picture.
Oh, that. Well, you see, this painting is actually two-sided. One side has the girl sitting in it. The other side does not. When you get to my age, it gets harder to remember things.
I don't understand why this is how they explain it.
Sometimes I have money saved up, sometimes I don't. And I always forget. When the girl's there, there's Gil. When she's not, there's no Gil. Pretty easy to remember, right? So, it's kind of like a personal memo for me.
I feel like it would have been better if, like, he was smuggling money from someone, or, like, depositing it here, and then people that come to stay at the inn retrieve it, and he's part of some, like, secret trade, and then, like, the girl being there or not being there was, like, a sign of if the money was there.
I hope you'll do me
instead
a
of
favor
just
and not
old
tell
guy
my
is
wife
old.
About my secret.
But whatever. Fair enough.
Nest egg, what's that?
Well, you see, old people is old.
Well, I don't understand the grown-up world.
Me neither.
In any case, it wasn't a wonder at all, is what you're saying, right? But how about this next one? Hey, mister, do you want to keep doing this?
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Okay, next wonder. The third wonder is a little dangerous. Mount Nibel is home to a lot of dangerous monsters, but the most dangerous ones are the bombs. And so, rumor has it, one of the bombs is different from the others. It's a bomb, but it doesn't have a bomb face. It just has a different look. Weird, right? So this is where you come in, Mr. Soldier. I need you to go find solid proof that this strange bomb exists. They say there's an item that only it drops. Go and get it so I can see. And that's the third wonder.
I think we have to start the next part before I can do this. Or maybe not. Maybe I can just run up here.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Whoops.
Activating combat mode.
I see a bomb.
Conflict resolved.
I killed a bomb with fire. Nah, I'm not overpowered at all. It's called skill.
There's a fork in the mountain trail, and one path leads to a dead end where a strange bomb...
A strange bomb, you say? You know who he kind of looks like from behind? A little bit. It's got the extenders.
Activating
the hair.
combat mode.
Take that!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
I can actually go to the manor already? I don't want to yet.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Where's the fork in the road? Here? Yeah.
Activating combat mode.
This looks like a...
Conflict resolved.
This looks like a Stranger of
Activating
Paradise
combat
area.
mode. Conflict resolved.
I made it all the way here without running into a single monster. But now I have to go home.
Why are you like the whiniest
So maybe
whiner from
I'll tell you the rumor
Wineville?
about the Wonder Bomb. If you can stop all of them from exploding, they say you get something very nice.
I came all this way to find the Wonder Bomb, but I'm done. But still, I got some valuable info. What you do is hit the ones that are about to explode.
How do you kids know
My
this?
dad's always telling me that I can't come here without a grown-up. But we're talking about one of the 7 wonders. I had to come here. The Wonder Bomb will keep growing bigger, but when you hit it, it gets a bit smaller.
Gee, thanks.
Activating combat mode.
Might be getting debated here.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
I actually have a better. Why is it called a remedy bomb? Ray bomb. I have a better spell. Darkness is better for just taking out enemies quickly, but I mastered it, so I'm not using it currently. Touchy.
Conflict resolved.
Yeah, darkness is really silly. So was that it?
Activating combat
Because
mode.
they still had faces. He gave me a key item.
Conflict resolved.
They did not nerf anything in this game. From what I have seen so far, everything's the same. In fact, everything's
Activating
kind of
combat
stronger
mode.
because of the way the shortcuts work.
Conflict
It's
resolved.
easier to chain stuff now. But in terms of like numbers and stuff, nothing seems different. Also, you can power up yellow materia with a power stance that didn't exist in the first one, so in a way they're even stronger than before.
Conflict resolved.
Oh, wow! It's the gold shard! So it does exist.
So I guess this wonder was real. Here's my thanks. Then, maybe the 4th wonder is real too. There's a rumor about a laughing safe. Yeah, scary, right?
Wait, they cost more HP in this version? Are we certain about that?
Do you know Shinra Manor? It's a really old mansion, way in the back of town. My friends and I call it the Haunted Mansion. So, they say there's a safe inside this mansion, and every night, you can hear eerie laughter coming out of it. But get this, no one knows the code to open the safe, so we can't check what's inside. So the 4th wonder is the laughing safe. You have to figure out the code, open the safe, and find out who or what is laughing in there.
This quest is, like, so detailed for being a completely random thing.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Yeah, great version of it, too. Spooky. Spooky chairs. Dude, what if you saw the girl from the painting, like, run down one of the hallways? I would lose it. Open up. This is the soldier police. Any spookers in here? This gives me a Resident Evil vibe, this mansion. I honestly don't remember if the OG code works. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. If I remember correctly, the code has to do with these keyholes. I don't exactly remember how. I thought there was a piece of paper or something. There it is. Yeah, so knowledge overflowing, unwelcome faces, tasty reminders of home resting on all 4 feet. So it's like books, the flying pumpkin dudes, and then like food, and then chairs. Why do they give you hints on this? That's lame. This is like a side quest. You don't need hints. Get out of here. I hate when they do that. This is a side quest that like is totally up to you if you want to do it or not. Why do you need to hold my hand? So I think this is the apples. 1, 2 apples. There's a weird one somewhere. Oh, this is a great game. It's not for everybody. If you're not really into action RPGs, it might not be for you. The story is good, but has some really bad writing. I usually tell people if they're into the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, play this, because it's probably like the most important game to the story. If you're into action RPGs, play this, because it's a pretty good action RPG. If you're not into the extended lore of Final Fantasy VII or action RPGs, then you probably pass on this. So let's see, 5, 2... I forget how many chairs there are. I mean, this is an action RPG, but at the same time, there very little emphasis is put on like dodging and blocking. Most of it's just putting the right material combinations and attacking. Like, it's a much more strategic action RPG. It's not like Kingdom Hearts, or even the remake. Okay, so it's what? 3 chairs? 4 chairs. 4 chairs, and then I think this is those dudes. It was 5, I think. I think it's books that are like not on the shelf. So maybe 5. Because it's like overflowing. That's what it says. So. So let's see, 5, 5, 2, 4, maybe. Nice. Yeah, it's a cactuar.
A pet?
Well, it's a cactuar, Zach. You've seen those before. You've killed them before. Use your brain. If you love everything about 7, you should definitely play this game. There's a lot of really great story notes that add to the original game. I do definitely recommend it. And this remaster, this remake master, is very good. It's been really fun.
Activating
They did a
combat
really good
mode.
job. They did a really good job making it modern, but not completely taking away what made the original good. Oops. Yes, everything's voiced.
So it was just a cactuar? I guess it got trapped in there somehow? Maybe it wasn't laughing, but was actually trying to call out for help. So if that's the case, maybe what we did was a good thing? Now for the really good stuff, the 5th wonder. This one is a really spooky story.
Spooky.
It's a mystery buried deep in the earth. Did you know there are caverns beneath Shinra Manor? They say you can hear these blood-curdling groans coming from there. But you have to use these secret stairs from the mansion's 2nd floor to get down there. They say a soldier guy named Sephiroth has the key. That's the 5th wonder. Go check it out.
So I think you have to wait until later to do this? Because Sephiroth has to open it for you first? Yeah, this one.
What are you looking at?
This landscape. I could swear I've seen it before.
Tifa, you're our guide?
At your service.
Okay, here we go.
When they talk about the best guide in town, they're talking about me.
It's too dangerous.
Yeah, so, like I said before,
There's no way I can let you get involved in this.
this gets all skipped,
She'll
which
be
is a
just
shame.
fine if you protect her.
Stay back. It's just unconscious. Or do you actually want to get eaten?
I don't
Use
know
brings
why they
wear,
skip all
tear,
this.
and rust. That's why I use the blunt side.
It feels as if it feels as if they just didn't have time to do that part, which is fair. I mean, and it was a PSP game, so like whatever. But as I mentioned before, there's the one scene in particular with them at the fountain that makes the dialogue later make more sense. And it seems like what they did was they just took out the dialogue because it no longer makes sense given removing the fountain scene. But then it makes the cutscene feel awkward because Sephiroth loses like half the lines that he's supposed to say. So it's kind of weird, but Other than that, like, it's fine. That section isn't, like, super important to play. It's just...
I want to go too, please.
It's kind of a shame that we don't get a couple lines of dialogue from Sephiroth that make him going crazy make more sense.
But...
Keep the young lady safe.
But what they replace it with makes more sense, so...
Jenova. Interesting. The door is sealed, of course.
So, a quick question. I don't actually know the answer to this. If the Jenova remains were hidden and no one knows where they are, even Hojo, why does this door have a giant Jenova sign on, on the front? Has Hojo just never been to this reactor? Because obviously he's been here because he did he made the pods with the soldiers in them. So it doesn't make any sense. I forget who says that Hojo doesn't know. It was earlier today. I forget who it was. I think, was it a random soldier guy? No, it was Hollander, I think. Was it Hollander that said it? Somebody said it earlier today. Somebody said even Hojo doesn't know where Jenova's remains are. I think it was Hollander. So if it was Hollander that said it, then I would imagine it's true. If it was just some random soldier guy, I would be like, okay, he just doesn't know anything. But if Hollander says it, then I think we're supposed to take it as true. So how in the world does Hojo not know where Jenova is if he's been here and he did the monster projects on the soldiers here, but he didn't see this giant Jenova side? I think either Hojo can't read or they put this Jenova sign here for the sake of us, but it doesn't actually really make sense.
Jenova.
And Sephiroth isn't even, like, mentioning it at the moment.
This is the cause of the malfunction. This section is broken. Zack, go seal the valve.
Alright, so here's the scene that I was talking about at the very beginning.
Why did it break?
So now you can kind of see what I was talking about.
What is that?
You average soldier members are Mako-infused humans. You're enhanced, but you're still human. But then, what are those things? Their Mako energy levels are exponentially higher than yours.
Are they monsters?
Yes. The Shinra scientist Hojo was the one who created them. Abominations spawned by Mako energy. That's what monsters are.
You said average member. What about you?
So, this is what I was talking about at the very beginning of the playthrough. So, in the original, this dialogue goes completely differently. And it seems like they wanted it to match the original. But then here, they take out a bunch. And I think the reason they do it is because of what happens next. But it's just really interesting. So in the original, there's the whole scene with the fountain and the materia. And then when we get to here, Sephiroth makes the realization that Hojo is basically making soldiers into materia fountains. He's taking highly condensed Mako and putting it inside of soldiers in hopes that instead of it making materia, it'll make some kind of super soldier. And then he makes the realization that he is probably the result of that exact experiment. And that's why he goes crazy. In this one, he basically just thinks, well, Hojo's making monsters, and I happen to be much more powerful than the average soldier. I wonder if I'm also a monster. Which is not as strong of a concept. Like, it to me, that isn't enough for Sephiroth to, like, completely lose his mind. Now, to be fair, what happens next helps along the fact that he loses his mind. But I just always thought that, like, I was researching this, like, a few weeks ago, and it just kind of hit me that, like, this scene could be a lot better if they had included the fountain scene and included all those extra lines of dialogue, but instead they kind of did it quickly. And I think the reason is because they ran out of time to do the fountain scene, and if he had talked about condensed Mako here, us as the player would be a bit lost because we didn't just get the fountain scene before this. In the original, it's done really well. They show you the fountain scene and talk about condensed Mako, and then this happens right afterwards, so you can easily make the connection between condensed Mako creating materia and condensed Mako creating monsters. They do that on purpose to, like, you know, it's just good storytelling. But here, because they left out the fountain thing, they kind of just said, like, okay, let's just skip all that dialogue. Let's just have them kind of go crazy because of the monsters. But then, after this, we see what happens, and then it makes even more sense that he goes crazy. So I do like where they go with this, but it's just a shame that we miss out on that little detail.
Hey, Sephiroth!
Could it be that I was created the same way?
Mr. Smiley.
Am I the same as these monsters?
Yeah, what are you thinking, Seb?
I knew.
Oh, it's part of the random cutscenes in the DMW? That's something, at least. But yeah, in the original, it was done very specifically right before this scene, you know, so that you understand the idea of condensed Mako, and then immediately see this scene afterwards, and it's still fresh in your head. So, I feel like for the DMW, it was just, well, it's a scene that we didn't get to stick in the game, so let's just stick in here real quick, because those are more condensed, like, just a few lines kind of thing.
Ever since I was
but that's a good point.
I was not like the others. I knew mine was a special existence. But this was not what I meant. Am I a human being?
No such luck. You are a monster. Sephiroth, you were the greatest monster created by the Jenova project.
Genesis! So you are alive.
I suppose I am, if you can call this living.
What is the Jenova project?
The Jenova project was the term used for all experiments relating to the use of Jenova's cells.
My mother's cells?
Poor little Sephiroth. You've never actually met your mother. You've only been told her name, no? I don't know what images you've conjured up in your head, but...
Genesis! No!
Jenova was excavated from a 2,000-year-old rock layer. She's a monster. Sephiroth, I need your help. My body is continuing to degrade. Soldier First Class, Sephiroth. Jenova Project G gave birth to Angeal and monsters like myself. Jenova Project S.
S?
Used the remains of countless failed experiments to create a perfect monster.
What do you want of me?
Your traits cannot be copied onto others. Your genes can't be diffused. Therefore, your body cannot degrade. Share your cells with me. My friend, your desire is the bringer of life, the gift of the goddess.
Whether your words are lies created to deceive me, or the truth that I have sought all my life, it makes no difference. You will rot.
I see. Perfect monster indeed. When the war of the beasts brings about the world's end, the goddess descends from the sky. Wings of light and dark spread afar. She guides us to bliss. Her gift everlasting.
No! Stop!
No, not the apple. So, a lot of people like to point at that scene as like the big retcon. It's not technically a retcon because like Cloud could have misremembered or like not seen that part. Like he wasn't there during that conversation, so like he wouldn't know that anyways. But I'm kind of mixed on that to be honest. Like, I think that adding Genesis into this is a bit weird and kind of, like, ruins my original interpretation of the whole Nibelheim flashback. But at the same time, like I mentioned before, it does give Sephiroth more of a reason to go insane. In the original game, he thinks that he was created via the condensed Mako advanced soldier monster thing. And so, because of that, he locks himself away in the mansion, and then he reads the inaccurate research of Gast and Hojo. And then from there, he decides he's an ancient and all humans should die. Here, it makes a bit more sense that he would do all that, because Genesis legitimately tells him he's part of the Jenova Project. In the original, he doesn't know that he's part of the Jenova Project. He just thinks, well, I'm stronger than everyone else, so I must be part of something bigger. And then when he reads the stuff in the mansion, he's like, oh, I must be part of the Jenova Project, because they told me my mother's name was Jenova. So then he reads about the Jenova Project, and he's like, oh, that must be me. But here, Genesis specifically tells him, you're part of the Jenova Project, so it makes a bit more sense. He had to make the connection of like, well, they told me my mom's name was Jenova, so he has to make that connection himself, whereas here he's like actually told. So I kind of like that, and I think it makes more sense, especially given how human they make Sephiroth feel in this game. It's just not, it's not sold to me in the original that would like cause him to go lock himself away in the mansion for days. Like, I don't know. It's sold to me enough, but I think it does a better job of it here, where Genesis tells him, like, specifically. So, I don't know. I'm, like, mixed on this whole thing. I was when I originally played it, too. I was like, I like where they're going with this, but at the same time, like, it's weird in a way. They're kind of, like, changing the flashback. But technically, they're not changing the flashback, because Cloud doesn't see any of this. So technically, this isn't really a retcon yet. Also, this is a great scene.
Activating combat mode.
Oh wait, not this part, later. Yeah, and then there's just kind of the fact that I'm not the biggest fan of Genesis in general as a character. I think he's kind of lame. He's okay, but probably not my favorite.
Conflict resolved.
But I do like his interactions with Sephiroth.
He tried to protect me.
I know. Tifa, stay close to me.
Thank you, random soldier man.
Activating combat mode.
Just take his helmet off. It'll help him breathe. Clear up a lot of confusion later. No, I agree. I think there is this overall feeling of like Gact,
Activating combat mode.
the celebrity guy that they base Genesis off of.
Conflict resolved.
I do feel like there's this general thought process of like they were trying to make him really cool, because you don't want to put a celebrity in your game and have him be lame, so they were like trying a bit too much to make him super cool, and he just comes off as kind of silly. At least that's kind of the impression I got.
Activating combat
I feel like a lot of other
mode.
people got that impression. I don't think he's an awful character. I think there's plenty of people that like Genesis, but me personally, I just don't really think he doesn't really vibe with me too much.
Conflict resolved.
Visually, he's cool. Especially when he starts to degrade, he looks really cool. Oh man, yeah, it isn't even, I can't even compare him to Kuja. Kuja's so great. Kuja somehow, you're right, Kuja somehow pulls off the theatrical thing so much better.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
I feel like Genesis's sword is kind of lame, except in the cutscene where he fights Sephiroth and he does the special thing and the runes show up on the sword. Like, that was cool, but after that he just kind of swings it and it's not that cool. But like, during that cutscene it's really cool. I kind of wonder what this game would be like without that cutscene. I feel like Angeal and Genesis get so much from that one cutscene, the famous cutscene where they fight. Without that cutscene, I think they would fall so flat. But because of that cutscene, we actually do get some fans of both of them. That cutscene is like probably the most important cutscene in the game. And it's why, if you've never played Crisis Core, you've probably still at least seen that cutscene. It's the one that everyone knows, because it's like, yeah, without that, man, I feel like Genesis would be super lame.
Sephiroth, where did you go?
What happened?
Sorry, I can't say.
I thought so.
Y'all come back now.
I'll ask the townspeople about Sephiroth.
Thank you, Tifa.